let me tell you something that might surprise you. And honestly, it may even make you a little upset. Your doctor may be using the wrong blood sugar targets for you. Not because your doctor is careless or poorly trained, but because the medical system still treats all people with diabetes the same way, no matter their age. That means the blood sugar goals given to a healthy 35-year-old are often the exact same goals your doctor is pushing for you at 65, 75, or even 85. Here is the part most people never hear. New research shows that this approach can be dangerous for older adults. Keeping blood sugar too low in seniors can cause more falls, more confusion, more hospital visits, and sadly more deaths. Yet many doctors still follow old guidelines that do not match what we now know about aging bodies. I have seen what happens when blood sugar targets are too strict for older adults. I have seen strong seniors lose their independence because of low blood sugar. I have seen confusion, broken bones, car accidents, and even deaths that could have been prevented. In this video, I will explain exactly what your blood sugar targets should be based on your age and health. But first, you need to understand why doctors use the wrong targets and what can happen when they do. Before we go further, I want you to comment below your age and the blood sugar target your doctor gave you. For example, age 72, doctor says fasting under 100. This helps me see what advice people are being given. Now, let me tell you about Harold, because his story is important, and I promise it will change how you think about your own health. Harold was 78 years old and had diabetes for 12 years. His doctor was proud of how well controlled his blood sugar was. At every visit, the doctor said the same thing: we must prevent complications. Tight control is the key. We want your fasting blood sugar under 100 and your A1C under 6.5. Harold trusted his doctor. The doctor followed all the standard rules. Harold took 3 medications: metformin twice a day, a sulfonylurea pill in the morning, and insulin at night. On paper, everything looked perfect. His fasting numbers were usually between 95 and 105. His A1C was 6.3. His doctor would smile and say, "Your control is better than most people half your age." Harold smiled back, but inside, he felt terrible. He was tired all the time. He felt weak, but he did not complain. He thought maybe this was just what aging feels like. Then something strange started happening. Once or twice a month, Harold woke up in the middle of the night feeling shaky, sweaty, and confused. His wife, Ellen, would find him sitting on the edge of the bed, looking lost. She learned to check his blood sugar. It was often 55, or even 52, which is dangerously low. She would rush to get juice, sit with him, and wait for him to recover. Over time, these episodes became more frequent. Soon it was happening several times a week. Ellen kept juice on the nightstand. It became their routine. Harold told his doctor, "I keep having low blood sugar at night. My wife has to rescue me." The doctor looked at his lab results. "Your A1C is perfect. These occasional lows are manageable. Just keep snacks nearby. We do not want to reduce your medication and lose this beautiful control." Harold believed him. He started eating snacks before bed and carrying glucose tablets everywhere. But the lows did not stop. They got worse. He began having them during the day too. Watching TV, working in the garage, suddenly shaky, confused, sweaty, blood sugar always low. Ellen was scared. "This isn't safe," she told him. "You need help." Harold went back to the doctor, showed him how often it was happening, explained he was afraid to be alone. The doctor still focused on the A1C. It's still 6.3. Excellent. Let's just adjust snack timing. This went on for 8 months. 8 months of fear. 8 months of night rescues. 8 months of being told his numbers were perfect while he felt awful. Then one afternoon, Harold was driving to the store. He felt that familiar shakiness. His hands trembled. He tried to open his glucose tablets, but couldn't. His vision blurred. His thoughts scattered. He lost control of the car and crashed into another vehicle. He woke up in the emergency room. Broken arm, broken ribs, head injury. The nurse checked his blood sugar. It was 48. That is severely low. That is why he passed out. An endocrinologist came to see him. She reviewed everything. Your control was too aggressive for your age. For someone like you, an A1C of 6.3 is dangerous. We need to relax your targets. She explained that his fasting sugar should be between 110 and 130. His A1C goal should be around 7.5 to 8.0. Harold felt angry. So all those months of suffering could have been prevented. The doctor nodded. Yes. Unfortunately, many doctors still apply young adult targets to seniors. Harold's story shows why age matters. What is perfect for a 35-year-old can be dangerous for a 78-year-old. Now tell me, are you having low blood sugar episodes like Harold? If yes, comment having lows. Why do doctors make this mistake? Why do they treat everyone the same? There are 5 false beliefs many doctors still follow. The first false belief is that lower blood sugar is always better. This idea came from old studies done in younger people. These studies showed tight control prevented complications. But those people were young, healthy, and had decades ahead of them. That does not apply to frail seniors. A newer study called the Accord trial showed that very tight control in older adults actually increased deaths. The study had to be stopped early because people were dying. Yet many doctors still believe lower is always better. The second false belief is that preventing long-term complications is the top priority at all ages. For a 35-year-old, yes, but for an 82-year-old, preventing a fall today is far more important than preventing blindness in 20 years. The third false belief is that A1C is everything. A 1C is an average. You can have a perfect average while still having dangerous lows. That is what happened to Harold. The fourth false belief is that the same medications and doses work at all ages. As we age, our kidneys slow down. Medications stay in the body longer. A dose that is safe at 40 can be dangerous at 75. The fifth and most dangerous belief is that numbers matter more than how you feel. Doctors are trained to trust lab results more than symptoms. But if your numbers make you feel terrible, they are wrong numbers. These beliefs cause overtreatment, too many medications, too strong doses, ignoring symptoms. Now tell me which belief bothers you the most. Comment the number. Next, I want to share 6 warning signs that your targets may be too strict. First, frequent low blood sugar. If it happens more than once a month, your targets are too strict. Second, unexplained falls. Low sugar can cause dizziness and loss of balance. Third, worsening confusion or memory. Repeated lows damage brain cells. Fourth, constant snacking to prevent lows. That means treatment is too strong. Fifth, feeling terrible despite good numbers. Sixth, needing help from others to manage lows. If any of these apply, your targets are wrong. You need to talk to your doctor. Now, let me finally share the age-appropriate targets supported by research. Targets depend on your health, not just your age. If you are 65 to 75 and generally healthy, fasting sugar 90 to 130, A1C 7.0 to 7.5. If you are 75 to 85 with some health problems, fasting sugar 100 to 140. A 1C 7.5 to 8.0 if you are over 85 or frail, fasting sugar 110 to 150, a 1C 8.0 to 9.0. These ranges protect you without causing dangerous lows. Now tell me, is your doctor too strict or about right? Let me explain how to talk to your doctor. Bring printed guidelines from the American Diabetes Association. Track your symptoms. Speak calmly. Focus on safety. Ask for a trial period. Be willing to compromise. Get a second opinion if needed. Now, I want to tell you about Martha. Martha was 81. She had frequent lows and falls. She was afraid to be alone. Her daughter took her to a geriatric specialist. The doctor reduced her insulin and stopped one medication. Her new target, A1C, was 7.8. Within 2 weeks, her lows stopped. Her energy returned. She got her life back. She said, "Why didn't anyone tell me sooner?" Now let me tell you about George, because balance matters. George ignored his blood sugar. His A1C rose above 10. He developed a foot wound that would not heal. It became infected. Doctors had to amputate part of his foot. Too loose control is also dangerous. The goal is balanced control, just right for your age. Let me share one more story. Dorothy. Dorothy was 79. Her doctor pushed tight control for years. She had weekly lows. Her daughter convinced her to see a geriatric specialist. They reduced her insulin. New A1C target 7.8. She stopped having lows. 1 full year without a single episode. Her energy returned. She traveled. She lived again. Now here is what I want you to do. First, join Senior Health Life daily. Second, comment your age and A1C. Third, share this video. You now understand why doctors use wrong targets. You know the signs. You know the correct ranges. You know how to talk to your doctor. Use this knowledge. Protect yourself. Be like Martha and Dorothy, not like Harold. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy. Stay strong. And remember, your safety matters more than perfect numbers.